We will continue our discussion on binomial heap and the associated operations. Consider the structure B3. So in particular, the min binomial tree. So the structure looks like this. We also observed that if you focus on B3, then below it you will find B0, B1, B2 as its children. Similarly, when you look at B2, you will find B0 and B1 as its children. Now, a binomial heap is a collection of binomial trees. Maybe along with that, you may add a B1 and a B0. Then something like this is given to you. Now you can fill in the values respecting min binomial heap property. Let's assume this value is say minus 10, this value is 1, and this value is 5, and this value is say minus 100, this value is 50, and 10, 60, and 1, 4, 10, 20. So you can fill in the values in such a way that each one is min binomial tree. This one is a min binomial tree, this one is a min binomial tree, and you see that for this min binomial tree, the root contains the minimum. For this min binomial tree, the root contains the minimum, and so on. And we also saw that we can maintain a local pointer which will point the global minimum. Otherwise, one has to scan the root list to find minimum. Okay, and that is easy to see, right? For each of this binomial tree, the minimum is at the root. And now, for a binomial heap, the minimum can be from any one of the binomial trees present at the root list. So one has to scan the root list to get minimum. Correct? And we also saw that number of nodes in the root list is at most floor of log n plus 1, or it is theta of log n, correct? So which means find minimum. Suppose we are not maintaining a pointer, then find minimum is one linear scan. It is log n. If a pointer is maintained and updated on the fly is maintained and updated on the fly, meaning as you insert, you also update the min pointer as well, then find min is constant. Fine. So now a structure like this is given to you. Suppose we want to perform say insert. I want to insert an element say 25. So what do? We create a B0 whose value is 25 and add this B0 to this. We also saw that adding a node into a binomial heap, is equivalent to adding 1 to the binary representation of the integer n. What is that n? Suppose I say into a binomial heap h, and n represents the size of h, meaning number of nodes in h. So how many nodes are there in this? It is B3 is 8, this one is 2, this one is 1, so 11 nodes are there. So what is the binary representation of 11? So it is 8, 4 is 0, 2 is 1, this one. Now to this we are adding a node that is precisely this. So 1 plus 1 is 0, a carry 1, Carry 1 meaning you are merging two B naughts and generate a copy of B1. And you already have a copy of B1 and those two is merged and you create a copy of B2. Since you don't have a copy of B2, this comes as it is and B3 comes as it is. And that is precisely the binary representation of 12. Which means when 25 is added into this, and now you already have B0, so minus 10 and 25 will give you minus 10 and 25. Then subsequently you see that you have a copy of B1 which is 1 and 5, so you merge these two to get minus 10, 25, 1 and 5. Correct? Now you don't have a copy of B2, so the resultant binomial heap has one copy of B2 and another copy of B3. So which means you have minus 10, 25, 1 and 5, and on the other side minus 100 and all its structures below that. So 10, 60, below that it is 1, 4, 10 and 20. Now at the end of the procedure you compare this minimum and no need to update, so this remains as it is. So now what all can happen? When you add a node, you may have to add that with this, that may create B1, again add with this, that may create B2, add with this, and it can go all the way up to the maximum order binomial tree. Which means one has to scan the entire root list. So in the worst case scenario is the following. You have all of them as part of this, you add a node, and so which means you have B0 to Bk, and the addition of this one destroys all of them and create a Bk plus 1 structure. So the worst case scenario is you may have to add with B0 and then B1, B2 and so on, which means time complexity of insert is order log n. The worst case it is theta of log n. In general order log n, and there are worst case scenario, for example this one, in which it precisely takes theta of log n. Okay, now we shall look at other operations and see what is the complexity of those operations in the context of binomial E. So next let us look at merge. So given two binomial heaps, say H1 and H2, the objective is to create a binomial heap on H1 union H2. So how do we modify the element or the structure of the given two binomial heaps so that the resultant is also a binomial heap? See, you can look at it this way. In some sense, insert is also merge. Insert can be seen as merge of say H union B0. So this is my H1, the existing structure. To that I am adding a node which is just B0. So insert is a special case of merge, wherein H2 is always the simple structure which is B0. Now in general it could be two different structures. Now we saw that adding a node or merging B0 with the existing structure is as good as doing addition 1 to the binary representation of H. Let's generalize that. So you are given two binomial heaps, say H1 and H2. whose binary representation, for example, let's look at this. The binary representation of H1, and this has got 11 nodes. It is 1, 0, 1, 1, 8, 2, 1. So you get to see this. And this has got 8, 4. So the binary representation of this is this. Now we want to merge these two. So the merging these two is simply adding binary representation of H1 and the binary representation of H2. So we will get 1 over here, we will get 1 over here, 1 and 1, 1, 0. There is a carry, which means 2 B3s are there. That creates 1 B4. So this is our B4, B3, B2, B1 and B0. This itself gives you an algorithm, and if you find B0 over here as well as B0 over here, merge them to create B1. And if you already have B1, then merge them, create B2. And if you already have B2, merge them, create B3 and so on. What is the worst case scenario? Let's assume the H1 is having B3, B2, B1, B0. H2 is also having B3, B2, B1, B0. Now the resultant structure, we are merging H1 union H2. So I should retain only one copy at the end. So one cannot have more than one copy of binomial tree Bi for any I. So you add B0 and B0, that is as good as adding 1, 1, 0, a carry 1, which means you are generating three copies of, there are 3 copies of B1. Now 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 1 and a carry 1. So what is this saying? This is saying there are 3 copies of B1, you can have 1 copy. So this says you retain 1 copy of B1 and other 2 you merge, and other 2 merge to create B2. Now you have 3 copies of B2. In binary representation, if you add 3 ones, you get 1, 1 and a carry is 1. This says you retain 1 B2 and retain 1 B2, and for the other 2 create B3. Now you have 3 copies of B3, you retain 1 and create 1 B4. That's all. So merging is simply adding the binary representation of H1 and the binary representation of H2. When I say binary representation of H1, its size and its binary representation. Now at any point in time you can have only 1 copy of any structure and the other 2 you merge. Here is the worst case scenario, and it has the representation with respect to the binary as well. So 1, 1, 0 and carry 1, and adding 3 ones, you get sum as 1, carry as 1. How do you interpret this? This says you have 3 copies of B1, you retain 1 copy and take the other 2. When I say other 2, you merge them and create B2. Now you have 3 copies of B2. You retain 1 and merge the other 2 to create B3 and continue this procedure. So carry 1 is you are creating the next level structure, and if you already have such a structure, you merge them. If you do not have, you retain that as it is. That's all. So now similar procedure you can apply for any 2 cases. For example, this one, if you see, the resultant structure will have, let me say this one is B0, this one is B1, this one is B2, and this one is B2 prime, this one is B3 prime. So when we merge these two, H1 union H2, what do we get? We have only one copy of B0, so B0 comes as it is. Then you have only one copy of B1, so we get B1 as it is. And B2 prime, we have got two copies, so that we merge and create so this is B3, I'm sorry, this is B3, and we have only one copy of B2 prime, so B2 prime comes as it is. Then you have B3 and B3 prime, you merge them and create one B4. So which means this one and this one we merge, it's a heap, so duplicates are allowed. So we merge and then one of them will be the root, the other one will come down. So that says you have a copy of B0, you have a copy of B1 and a copy of B2 prime, and you create B4. Fine. So it could be any two arbitrary thing. You can simply take the same structure as well. So I can take this and add with this itself. Okay. Now here is the worst case scenario. So this takes log of n1 and this takes log n2. Now you merge them, and now it is log of max of n1 comma n2, and but that is a function of n, right? So if you look at how many operations we took, that would be log of max of say n1 comma n2. But this can be expressed as a function of n. So merge also takes theta of log n. The worst case it is theta of log n, and in the other case it is order log n. Correct? So something like you are inserting B0 and no B0 is present, operation is done. Just perform one insert or one merge, the operation is done. The beauty over here is you can merge two data structures satisfying same property. In this case it is binomial E property, and in order log n time. So this is the first data structure where you get to see merge can be done efficiently. And for other data structures, for example classical heap, we don't get to see this. Correct? Similarly, when we were given two arrays which are sorted, having the size m and n, we saw that we need m plus n minus 1, at most so many comparisons, to merge them to create a data structure or an array of size m plus n. And there also it is a function of m and n. But it is linear in input size, whereas this one is logarithmic in input size. So the interesting part over here is merge is simply take the binary representation of the first data structure, second data structure, and add them. And that will tell you what binomial trees should be retained in the output. Now let's take an example for these two and see how merge works, so that you can appreciate this operation much better.